The intergalactic student exchange program had always been a fascinating venture for many alien civilizations. This year, students from 5 different planets, Gleon, Valter, Zygron, Trelia, and Xenon, were selected to experience life on a peculiar and notoriously dangerous planet, Earth, classified as a death world due to its diverse and often deadly ecosystems. The chosen students, each representing their unique species, had been briefed on Earth's customs and potential dangers. Yet, nothing could prepare them for the sensory overload they experienced upon arrival. As their sleek silver spaceship descended through Earth's atmosphere, they gazed out of the windows in awe and trepidation. The lush green landscapes, sprawling cities, and vast oceans were unlike anything they had ever seen. The spaceship touched down smoothly at Earth's International Spaceport, a marvel of human engineering located on a coastal stretch in a place called California. The doors hissed open, and the alien students hesitated for a moment before stepping out. The gravity was heavier than they were used to, the air thicker and richer in oxygen, filled with unfamiliar scents. They exchanged nervous glances, their varied forms glistening under the bright sunlight. Standing at the edge of the landing pad was their Earth guide, Alex Morgan, a high school student with an infectious smile and a welcoming demeanor. Alex had volunteered for the exchange program, eager to introduce these extraterrestrial students to life on Earth and learn about their cultures in return. Dressed in casual clothes that seemed almost primitive to the aliens, Alex exuded a sense of ease and confidence. "Welcome to Earth," Alex greeted them with a wide smile, extending a hand in the universal gesture of friendship. The aliens responded with their own forms of greeting. Gleon, a being with bioluminescent skin that glowed in shades of blue and green, offered a respectful nod. Valtar, a fluid metallic entity, morphed into a humanoid shape and extended a shimmering hand. Zygron, an insectoid telepath, sent a mental message of goodwill. Trelia, a slender ethereal being with gravitational manipulation abilities, floated gracefully forward. Xenon, cloaked in an iridescent aura, bowed slightly. "It's an honor to meet you all," Alex continued, unfazed by the extraordinary appearances. "We have a lot to show you and a lot to learn from you as well. Let's get you settled in." The aliens followed Alex to a sleek, futuristic bus designed to accommodate various forms of alien physiology. As they traveled through the bustling city, the alien students marveled at the diversity of human life and the architectural wonders around them. Skyscrapers pierced the sky, cars zipped through streets, and people of all shapes, sizes, and colors moved about with purpose. It was a vibrant, chaotic dance of life that contrasted sharply with the more orderly and predictable environments of their home planets. As they approached North High School, their new home for the exchange program, the aliens could feel their anxiety mounting. The school was a sprawling complex with modern buildings, sports fields, and green spaces. Students milled about, some glancing curiously at the approaching bus. The thought of integrating into this seemingly alien society was daunting. Alex led them through the main entrance, where a group of administrators and teachers waited. Principal Hernandez, a tall woman with a commanding presence and warm eyes, stepped forward to welcome them. "We are thrilled to have you here at North High," she said, shaking hands with each alien in turn. "This is a unique opportunity for all of us to learn and grow. You'll find that our students are eager to meet you and share experiences." The initial orientation was a whirlwind of information. The alien students received schedules, maps of the school, and a crash course in human social norms. They were shown to their specially designed dormitories, each equipped to cater to their unique needs. Despite the warm welcome, the sheer volume of new information and the constant sensory input left them exhausted. That evening, the alien students gathered in a common room, each processing the day's events in their own way. Gleon's skin pulsed gently as they reflected on the strangeness of Earth's day-night cycle. Valter struggled to maintain a consistent form, the stress of the new environment causing their metallic body to ripple. Zygron's mind buzzed with the mental noise of hundreds of humans, an overwhelming cacophony compared to the serene, telepathic networks of home. Trelia floated serenely, adjusting to the gravity fluctuations. Xenon's aura dimmed slightly, a sign of their fatigue. "I didn't expect it to be this intense," Gleon admitted, their voice a soft hum. "I agree," Valtar replied, their form stabilizing momentarily. "But we must adapt. That is why we are here." Zygron nodded, their antennae twitching. "The humans are friendly. Alex is a good guide. We should trust the process." Trelia and Xenon voiced their agreement, and for a moment, a sense of unity and purpose filled the room. They were strangers in a strange land, but they had each other. And together, they would navigate the bizarre customs of this death world called Earth. As they settled in for the night, the alien students couldn't help but wonder what the next day would bring. They had only just begun their journey, and already Earth was proving to be as challenging and fascinating as they had imagined. The first morning at North High School dawned bright and early, the sunlight streaming through the windows of the alien students' dormitory. They assembled in the common room, where Alex awaited them, ready to guide them through their first day. "Ready for your first day?" Alex asked, a hint of excitement in his voice. The alien students exchanged uncertain glances but nodded. Alex led them to the school cafeteria for breakfast, explaining that it was a communal space where students gathered to eat before classes began. The cafeteria buzzed with activity, the air filled with the mingled scents of various foods. As they entered, all eyes turned to the newcomers. Whispers spread like wildfire, and the alien students felt the weight of hundreds of curious gazes. Alex encouraged them to take trays and select their meals. Gleon cautiously chose a selection of fruits, their bioluminescent skin glowing slightly brighter in response to the unfamiliar but pleasant scents. Valtar, unable to consume solid food, opted for a nutrient solution provided by the school. Zygron, intrigued by the variety of thoughts and emotions, picked an assortment of dishes to experience the different flavors. Trelia selected light, airy foods, while Xenon chose vibrant, colorful items. Seated at a table, they began their first Earth meal. The cacophony of the cafeteria was overwhelming, but Alex's presence was reassuring. Students from other tables occasionally approached, introducing themselves and asking questions. The alien students did their best to respond politely, though the constant attention was exhausting. Their first class was Earth Science, a subject chosen to help the aliens understand the planet's environment. The teacher, Mr. Johnson, was a kind, elderly man with a passion for geology. He welcomed them warmly, explaining the day's lesson on plate tectonics and earthquakes. Gleon found the topic fascinating, drawing parallels to their home planet's bioluminescent coral reefs, which also shifted and changed over time. Valtar was intrigued by the concept of solid landmasses, a stark contrast to their liquid metal world. Zygron struggled to focus, distracted by the myriad of thoughts from their classmates. Trelia and Xenon listened intently, absorbing the information like sponges. Despite their interest, the alien students faced challenges. The pace of the class was brisk, and they often had to ask Alex for clarification. Mr. Johnson, noticing their struggles, promised to provide additional resources and support. Next was physical education, a class that immediately filled the aliens with dread. The thought of engaging in strenuous physical activity in Earth's heavy gravity was daunting. Coach Williams, a burly man with a booming voice, greeted them with enthusiasm. "Welcome to PE. Today we'll start with some light jogging and then move on to soccer," he announced. The aliens exchanged nervous glances. Jogging in Earth's gravity felt like wading through thick mud. They followed the other students to the track, attempting to mimic their movements. Gleon's bioluminescence flickered erratically. Valtar struggled to maintain a solid form. Zygron's telepathy became a chaotic jumble. Trelia floated slightly above the ground to ease the strain, and Xenon's aura dimmed with exertion. Alex stayed by their side, offering encouragement and tips. Despite their best efforts, the alien students found the physical activities challenging and bewildering. Soccer, with its fast-paced movements and competitive spirit, was especially difficult. The concept of kicking a ball to score points seemed simple but was surprisingly complex in execution. After PE, the aliens were exhausted. They gathered in the locker room where Alex did his best to boost their spirits. "You did great for your first time," Alex said. It'll get easier, I promise. The alien students appreciated his optimism, but couldn't shake their frustration. They had expected challenges, but Earth's physical demands were proving to be more intense than anticipated. Lunchtime brought a welcome break. They returned to the cafeteria, where they cautiously navigated the food options. The noise and bustle were still overwhelming, but they found comfort in familiar faces. Alex introduced them to more students who were eager to share their own experiences and learn about the aliens' home planets. The conversations were a mix of curiosity and awe. Earth students marveled at Gleon's glowing skin, Walter's fluid form, Zygron's telepathy, Trellia's gravity manipulation, and Xenon's iridescent aura. In turn, the alien students learned about Earth's diverse cultures, traditions, and quirks. The afternoon brought a history lesson with Miss Carter, a passionate teacher who loved storytelling. She recounted tales of ancient civilizations, wars, and revolutions. The aliens listened intently, fascinated by humanity's resilience and creativity. They drew parallels to their own histories, finding common ground in the struggles and triumphs of different species. Despite the initial shock and challenges, the alien students began to appreciate Earth's complexity. The planet's customs were strange, its inhabitants diverse, and its environment harsh, but there was a beauty in the chaos. They admired the humans' ability to adapt and thrive in such a dynamic world. As the school day ended, the alien students returned to their dormitory, mentally and physically exhausted. They gathered in the common room, reflecting on their first day. The experience had been overwhelming, but it was also enlightening. I never imagined Earth would be so intense, Gleon said, their skin glowing softly. It's a lot to take in, Valtar agreed, their form stabilizing. But we're learning. The humans are fascinating, Zygron added. Their minds are so diverse. Trellia and Xenon nodded in agreement, feeling a sense of camaraderie and purpose. They had faced their first day on Earth together and had already grown from the experience. We'll get through this, Alex said with a smile. One day at a time. The alien students felt a renewed sense of determination. They had come to Earth to learn and grow, and despite the challenges, they were committed to the journey. Together, they would navigate the bizarre customs of this death world, finding strength in their unity and the friendships they were forming. As the weeks passed, the alien students gradually adjusted to life at North High School. They became more comfortable navigating the crowded hallways, understanding the human curriculum, and participating in social activities. Despite the ongoing challenges, they found support and friendship in unexpected places. Alex played a crucial role in their adaptation, organizing weekly meetings where the aliens and their human classmates could share their cultures. These sessions became a highlight of the week, fostering mutual respect and understanding. One Friday afternoon, Alex gathered the group in the school's multi-purpose room. The room was adorned with posters and artifacts from different planets, creating an atmosphere of intergalactic unity. Human and alien students sat in a circle, eagerly awaiting the start of the cultural exchange. Today, Alex began, we're going to learn about each other's traditions and customs. Let's start with Gleon. Gleon stood up, their bioluminescent skin glowing softly. On my home planet, we celebrate the Festival of Lights. It's a time when we gather to honor the bioluminescent creatures that sustain our ecosystem. We decorate our homes with glowing orbs and have a grand feast. As Gleon spoke, the room dimmed, and they projected images of the festival from a device they had brought. The students watched in awe as the room filled with vibrant, pulsating lights, mimicking the bioluminescent displays of Gleon's homeworld. The human students clapped and cheered, fascinated by the beauty and significance of the tradition. Next, it was Valtar's turn. They shifted into a more solid form, shimmering like liquid mercury. On Valtar, we have a tradition called the melding. It's a communal event where we merge our forms to share memories and experiences. It strengthens our bonds and promotes unity. Valtar demonstrated by extending a hand that morphed into a silver tendril, connecting with another student's hand in a gentle touch. The students gasped as they felt a warm, tingling sensation, a glimpse into the intimate connection of Valtar's people. Zygron, the telepathic insectoid, took the floor next. On Zygron, we celebrate the Festival of Minds. It's a telepathic gathering where we share our thoughts and ideas freely. It's a time of intellectual exchange and innovation. Zygron invited the students to participate in a simple telepathic exercise, encouraging them to focus on a single thought and try to project it. While the humans couldn't achieve true telepathy, the exercise sparked lively discussions about communication and empathy. Trelia, with her ethereal form and gravity manipulation abilities, floated forward. On Trelia, we have the Sky Dance. It's a celebration of our ability to defy gravity and move freely in the air. We create intricate patterns and shapes, a form of art and expression. Trelia demonstrated a brief sky dance, gracefully weaving through the air, leaving trails of shimmering light. The students watched in awe, applauding her elegant movements. Finally, it was Xenon's turn. Cloaked in an iridescent aura, they began to speak. On Xenon, we have the Festival of Colors. It's a celebration of diversity and harmony. We express ourselves through vibrant colors and patterns, creating a tapestry of unity. Xenon used their aura to project a dazzling display of colors, filling the room with a kaleidoscope of hues. The human students were captivated, appreciating the beauty and symbolism of the tradition. After the alien presentations, it was time for the human students to share their customs. Alex started by explaining some common Earth holidays, such as Christmas, Halloween, and Thanksgiving. Each holiday sparked interest and questions from the aliens, who were eager to understand the significance and rituals associated with them. One student, Emily, shared her family's tradition of making tamales for Christmas. She brought samples for everyone to try, and the aliens were delighted by the flavors and the communal aspect of the activity. Another student, Jake, explained the concept of trick-or-treating on Halloween, which the aliens found both amusing and intriguing. As the session continued, the room buzzed with excitement and curiosity. The exchange of traditions and customs fostered a deeper understanding between the alien and human students, breaking down barriers and building bridges of friendship. The highlight of the cultural exchange came when Alex invited the aliens to a weekend camping trip, an iconic human experience. The aliens were skeptical at first, unsure about the idea of sleeping in fabric structures on the ground. However, their curiosity and desire to fully immerse themselves in Earth's customs led them to agree. The following weekend, Alex, the alien students, and a group of their human friends set off for the nearby national park. The journey was filled with laughter and stories, the aliens marveling at the changing landscapes and diverse flora and fauna. Upon arriving at the campsite, the aliens observed the humans with interest as they set up tents and prepared a campfire. Alex showed them how to pitch a tent, explaining the importance of each step. Glion, Valter, Zygron, Trelia, and Xenon each took turns trying, their initial clumsiness giving way to a sense of accomplishment. As night fell, the group gathered around the campfire, roasting marshmallows and sharing stories. The aliens found the experience strangely comforting, the warmth of the fire and the camaraderie creating a sense of belonging. Alex introduced the tradition of telling ghost stories, a favorite among campers. The aliens listened with wide eyes, fascinated by the human penchant for thrilling and spooky tales. In return, the aliens shared stories from their home planets, tales of adventures and legends that captivated their human friends. The camping trip proved to be a turning point for the alien students. They began to appreciate the simplicity and beauty of human customs, finding joy in the shared experiences and the connections they were forming. The night under the stars, surrounded by friends, solidified their bond with their human peers. As they packed up the next morning, the alien students felt a renewed sense of purpose. They had come to Earth to learn and grow, and they were doing just that. The cultural exchange had shown them that despite their differences, they shared a common thread of humanity, an inherent desire for connection, understanding, and friendship. With this newfound perspective, the alien students looked forward to the rest of their time on Earth, eager to continue exploring the bizarre and wonderful customs of this death world and deepening their bonds with their human friends. The following weekend, the alien students, Alex, and a group of their human friends embarked on their much-anticipated camping trip. They traveled in a convoy of cars, winding through the scenic landscapes of a nearby national park. The alien students were mesmerized by the changing scenery, the dense forests, and the towering mountains that seemed to touch the sky. As they arrived at the campsite, Alex led the group to a clearing surrounded by tall pines. The humans immediately began unloading the gear, setting up tents, and gathering firewood. The aliens watched with a mix of curiosity and apprehension, unsure of how to contribute. "All right, everyone," Alex announced. "Let's show our alien friends how we set up camp." He demonstrated how to pitch a tent, driving the stakes into the ground and securing the fabric. Gleon, with their bioluminescent glow providing a natural light source, followed Alex's instructions, their slender fingers deftly mimicking his movements. Valtar, with their liquid metal form, found it challenging to handle the solid materials but managed to stabilize themselves enough to help. Zygron used their telepathic abilities to coordinate with the others, ensuring everyone was on the same page. Trelia, with her gravity manipulation, effortlessly lifted heavy objects, while Xenon's iridescent aura shimmered with interest. Once the tents were set up, Alex suggested a hike to explore the surrounding area. The group set off along a well-trodden path, the humans chatting animatedly, while the aliens took in every detail of their surroundings. The forest was alive with sounds, the rustling of leaves, the chirping of birds, and the distant rush of a stream. For the aliens, accustomed to more controlled environments, the untamed beauty of the wilderness was both exhilarating and intimidating. They reached a lookout point that offered a breathtaking view of the valley below. The sun was beginning to set, casting a golden glow over the landscape. The aliens were struck by the sheer beauty of Earth, its vibrant colors and diverse ecosystems, unlike anything they had ever seen. "Wow," Gleon murmured, their bioluminescence reflecting the sunset hues. "This is incredible." Alex smiled, pleased to see his friends appreciating his home planet. "It really is. There's something special about being out here, away from the hustle and bustle of everyday life." As night fell, they returned to the campsite, where Alex and the other humans built a campfire. The flames crackled and danced, casting a warm glow that contrasted with the cool night air. The group gathered around the fire, roasting marshmallows and sharing stories. Alex introduced the tradition of telling ghost stories, a favorite among campers. He recounted a spooky tale about a haunted cabin deep in the woods, his voice low and dramatic. The alien students listened with wide eyes, fascinated by the human penchant for thrilling and chilling tales. In return, the aliens shared stories from their home planets. Gleon spoke of the bioluminescent creatures that illuminated their oceans, recounting a legend of a great sea beast that guarded the depths. Valtar told a tale of a historic melding, where their ancestors combined to save their world from a catastrophic event. Zygron shared a story of a great telepathic leader who united their people during a time of crisis. Trelia described a gravity-defying dance performed in the clouds, a symbol of freedom and unity. Xenon recounted a colorful festival that brought their diverse communities together in harmony. The stories captivated the human students, fostering a sense of connection and understanding. Despite their differences, they found common ground in their shared experiences and the universal themes of bravery, unity, and resilience. As the night grew late, the group began to wind down. Some students drifted off to sleep in their tents, lulled by the sounds of the forest. Others stayed by the fire, chatting quietly and gazing up at the star-filled sky. The alien students, though tired, felt a sense of contentment and camaraderie. The camping trip had shown them a different side of Earth, one that was raw and untamed but also profoundly beautiful. They had learned to appreciate the simplicity of human customs and the joy of shared experiences. In the quiet of the night, Alex turned to the alien students. "I'm really glad you all came. This trip wouldn't have been the same without you." "We're glad we came too," Gleon replied, their glow reflecting the flickering flames. "This has been an incredible experience." The others nodded in agreement, feeling a renewed sense of purpose. They had come to Earth to learn and grow, and this camping trip had been a pivotal part of that journey. It had brought them closer to their human friends and deepened their appreciation for the planet's unique beauty. As they finally settled into their tents, the alien students felt a sense of unity and belonging. Despite the challenges and the strangeness of Earth, They were beginning to find their place in this new world. They knew there would be more obstacles to overcome, but they were ready to face them together, strengthened by the bonds they had forged and the experiences they had shared. With the success of the camping trip behind them, the alien students felt more confident in their abilities to navigate Earth's customs. The next major event on the school calendar was the annual school dance, an occasion that both excited and perplexed the alien students. Alex had been enthusiastic about the dance from the start. "It's one of the best events of the year," he explained. "There's music, dancing, and everyone dresses up. It's a great way to have fun and make memories." The aliens, however, were unsure. The concept of a social gathering centered around music and movement was foreign to them. On their respective home planets, celebrations and social events took vastly different forms. Nonetheless, their curiosity and desire to fully experience Earth's culture led them to agree to participate. In the weeks leading up to the dance, the school buzzed with excitement. Students discussed outfits, practiced dance moves, and exchanged nervous glances about potential dates. The alien students observed these preparations with a mixture of amusement and bewilderment. One afternoon, Alex invited them to his house to help them prepare for the dance. His mother, a seamstress with a flair for creativity, had offered to assist the aliens in creating outfits that would blend Earth's fashion with their unique styles. "Welcome," Mrs. Morgan greeted them warmly. "I'm so excited to help you all get ready for the dance. Let's make something spectacular." She led them to a room filled with fabrics, sewing machines, and design sketches. The alien students marveled at the variety of materials and colors, eager to see what could be created. Gleon was the first to step forward. "On my planet, we wear flowing robes that reflect our bioluminescence. Can we incorporate that?" Mrs. Morgan's eyes lit up with inspiration. "Absolutely. Let's create something that highlights your natural glow." Under her guidance, Gleon's outfit took shape, a luminescent gown that shimmered in shades of blue and green, reflecting their inner light. The result was stunning, a perfect blend of alien elegance and earthly fashion. Next, Valtar expressed their desire for a suit that accommodated their fluid form. Mrs. Morgan selected a metallic fabric that mimicked Valtar's natural state, creating a suit that shimmered and flowed with their movements. Valtar was delighted, feeling both comfortable and stylish. Zigron, with their insectoid features, requested an outfit that allowed freedom of movement while highlighting their telepathic aura. Mrs. Morgan designed a sleek, dark ensemble with subtle, glowing patterns that pulsed in rhythm with Zygron's thoughts. It was both functional and mesmerizing. Trelia's request was for an ethereal, gravity-defying outfit that mirrored their ability to float gracefully. Mrs. Morgan crafted a gown made of light, airy fabrics that seemed to drift and flow, giving Trelia an almost otherworldly appearance. Xenon, with their iridescent aura, sought a cloak that could amplify their natural radiance. Mrs. Morgan designed a cloak made of shimmering holographic fabric that enhanced Xenon's aura, creating a dazzling display of colors. As the dance approached, the alien students practiced dancing with Alex. They found the movements awkward at first, but Alex's patience and encouragement helped them improve. The more they practiced, the more they began to enjoy the rhythm and flow of the music. Finally, the night of the dance arrived. The school gymnasium had been transformed into a magical venue, with twinkling lights, decorations, and a DJ booth. Students arrived in their finest attire, excited and nervous for the night ahead. When the alien students entered the gymnasium, they turned heads immediately. Gleon's glowing gown, Valtar's shimmering suit, Zygron's pulsating patterns, Trelia's floating dress, and Xenon's radiant cloak made them the center of attention. The human students were awestruck, impressed by the beauty and creativity of their outfits. Alex joined them, looking sharp in his suit. "You all look amazing," he exclaimed. "Let's go have some fun." The dance floor was soon filled with students, both human and alien, moving to the beat of the music. The alien students, initially hesitant, found themselves swept up in the energy and excitement of the dance. They laughed, danced, and mingled with their classmates, enjoying the festive atmosphere. Throughout the night, the alien students experienced a range of emotions: joy, excitement, and even a bit of nervousness. But they also felt a deep sense of belonging. The school dance, a strange and unfamiliar custom, had become a bridge that connected them to their human friends in a profound way. As the evening drew to a close, the DJ played a slow song, and couples moved closer together. Alex guided the aliens through the steps of a slow dance, and they joined in, swaying gently to the music. The moment was serene, filled with a sense of unity and shared experience. After the dance, the group gathered outside under the stars, reflecting on the night. The alien students were exhausted but happy, their hearts full of new memories and friendships. "Tonight was incredible," Gleon said, their skin glowing softly. "I never imagined I'd enjoy dancing so much." "Humans know how to celebrate," Valtar agreed, their form shimmering with satisfaction. Zygrin, Trelia, and Xenon nodded in agreement, feeling a deep connection to their new friends. Alex smiled, feeling proud of his alien friends. "I'm glad you all had a great time. This is what it's all about, sharing experiences and making memories together." As they headed back to their dormitory, the alien students felt a sense of accomplishment and joy. The school dance had been a significant milestone in their journey, a testament to their adaptability and the power of cultural exchange. With each new experience, the alien students grew more confident in their ability to navigate Earth's customs. They had come to Earth as strangers, but they were quickly becoming part of a larger community, united by their shared humanity and the bonds they were forging. The excitement of the school dance lingered as the alien students continued their integration into Earth's daily life. They felt more confident and connected to their human classmates, but the true test of their adaptability and resilience was yet to come. One sunny afternoon, the school organized a field trip to a local zoo. The trip was intended to provide both entertainment and education, offering a glimpse into Earth's diverse wildlife. The alien students were eager to see the animals they had heard so much about. Upon arriving at the zoo, the students were greeted by a zookeeper named Mr. Thompson, who had a deep love for animals and a wealth of knowledge. He led them through the various exhibits, explaining the habitats and behaviors of the creatures they saw. The alien students were fascinated by the animals, each exhibit presenting a new and wondrous sight. Gleon was captivated by the bioluminescent creatures in the aquarium, their glowing bodies reminiscent of their home planet's marine life. Valter found the reptiles intriguing, their scales and cold-blooded nature so different from their own liquid metal form. Zygrin marveled at the complex social structures of the primates, sensing their rudimentary but fascinating thought patterns. Trelia was enchanted by the birds of prey, admiring their graceful flight. Xenon was mesmerized by the vibrant colors of the tropical birds, their feathers shimmering in the sunlight. As the group moved towards the larger enclosures, they came across the predator section where lions, tigers, and other big cats resided. The alien students were both awed and a bit apprehensive, sensing the power and majesty of these creatures. Just as Mr. Thompson was explaining the feeding habits of the tigers, an alarm sounded. The zookeeper's face turned pale as he spoke urgently into his walkie-talkie. "We have a breach in the predator section. All visitors need to evacuate immediately." Panic ensued as the students and chaperones started to move towards the exits. The alien students, unfamiliar with such emergencies, looked to Alex for guidance. He urged them to stay calm and follow the crowd. However, before they could reach safety, a large, menacing tiger emerged from the trees, having escaped its enclosure. The crowd scattered in terror, and the alien students found themselves facing the predator. Instinctively, they sprang into action, each using their unique abilities to protect their classmates and subdue the tiger. Gleon's bioluminescence intensified, casting a bright light that temporarily blinded the animal. Valter morphed into a solid barrier, shielding the students from harm. Zygrin, sensing the tiger's fear and confusion, sent calming telepathic messages, attempting to soothe the beast. Trelia used her gravity manipulation to reduce the tiger's weight, making it less agile and easier to control. Xenon projected a dazzling array of colors, creating a visual distraction that further disoriented the predator. Working together seamlessly, the alien students managed to corner the tiger without harming it. Mr. Thompson and the zoo staff arrived with tranquilizer darts, safely sedating the animal and returning it to its enclosure. The crowd, which had been watching from a distance, erupted in applause. The alien students, though shaken, were relieved that they had been able to prevent any harm. Alex ran over to them, his face a mix of concern and pride. "You guys were amazing," he exclaimed. "I can't believe how well you handled that." Gleon, their glow dimming as the adrenaline faded, nodded. "We had to act. We couldn't let anyone get hurt." Mr. Thompson approached them, gratitude and admiration in his eyes. "I don't know what we would have done without you. You saved lives today." The incident quickly made headlines, the story of the alien students' bravery spreading throughout the community. They were hailed as heroes, their actions strengthening the bond between them and their human peers. The following day at school, Principal Hernandez called a special assembly to honor the alien students. She praised their courage and quick thinking, presenting them with certificates of appreciation. The students and faculty gave them a standing ovation, their admiration and respect evident. Later, as the alien students gathered in their dormitory, they reflected on the event. The experience had been intense and frightening, but it had also shown them the importance of their abilities and their bond as a team. "We've learned so much from each other," Gleon said, their bioluminescence pulsing softly. "We've become stronger together." Valtar nodded, their form shimmering. "This planet is challenging, but it's also beautiful. We have much to protect and cherish here." Zygrin, Trelia, and Xenon agreed, feeling a deep sense of connection to their new home and friends. The dangerous encounter had tested them, but it had also brought them closer, reinforcing their commitment to understanding and protecting the world they had come to appreciate. As they settled in for the night, the alien students felt a renewed sense of purpose. They had come to Earth as strangers, but they were quickly becoming protectors and friends. The journey was far from over, but they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, united in their mission to learn, grow, and forge lasting bonds with their human counterparts. As the months flew by, the alien students became an integral part of North High School. Their initial apprehension had given way to camaraderie and understanding, and the end of the exchange program loomed on the horizon with a bittersweet inevitability. The final week was filled with a whirlwind of activities and emotions. The school organized a farewell ceremony to honor the alien students and their contributions. The gymnasium was decorated with banners and lights, and a stage was set up for speeches and presentations. Human and alien students alike felt a mix of excitement and sadness, knowing that the time to say goodbye was near. On the day of the ceremony, the gymnasium buzzed with anticipation. The alien students, dressed in their finest attire, took their seats at the front of the room. Their human friends and teachers filled the rows behind them, eager to celebrate the unique journey they had all shared. Principal Hernandez took the stage, her voice warm and resonant. "Today we gather to celebrate the incredible journey of our alien exchange students. They came to us as strangers from distant worlds, but they leave as friends and heroes. We have learned so much from them, and we hope they have learned from us as well." She then invited each of the alien students to the stage to share their reflections on their time on Earth. Gleon was the first to step forward, their bioluminescence glowing brightly. "Coming to Earth was both exhilarating and challenging," Gleon began. "But through every experience, we discovered the beauty of your planet and the kindness of its people. We have formed bonds that transcend the stars, and for that we are eternally grateful." Valter followed, their liquid metal form shimmering under the stage lights. "Earth has shown us the strength of diversity and the power of unity. We faced dangers together, celebrated together, and grew together. These memories will stay with us forever." Zygrin, Trelia, and Xenon each took their turn, expressing similar sentiments of gratitude, growth, and connection. Their words were met with heartfelt applause and cheers from their peers. Next, Alex was invited to speak. He took the stage with a mixture of pride and sadness. "This has been an incredible journey for all of us. We've learned that no matter where we come from, we all share the same desire for friendship, understanding, and a sense of belonging. I'm so proud of everything we've accomplished together, and I know we'll stay connected, no matter the distance." As the ceremony drew to a close, Principal Hernandez presented each alien student with a keepsake, a memento of their time on Earth. Gleon received a piece of glowing crystal, Walter a small vial of liquid mercury, Zygron a carved wooden figurine, Trelia a feather from a local bird of prey, and Xenon a colorful scarf. The alien students, in turn, presented gifts from their home planets. Gleon gave bioluminescent shells. Walter shared a sample of their metallic fluid. Zygron offered a telepathic crystal. Trelia presented a gravity-defying orb, and Xenon gifted iridescent stones. The exchange of gifts was symbolic of the lasting bonds they had formed. Tears were shed, hugs were exchanged, and promises to stay in touch were made. The farewell was not just an end, but a new beginning, with friendships that would continue across the galaxies. The final evening before their departure, the alien students and their closest human friends gathered for a private farewell party. They reminisced about their shared adventures, the school dance, the camping trip, the zoo incident, and the everyday moments that had become so precious. As the night wore on, they found themselves outside under the stars, much like that first camping trip. The sky was clear, and the stars twinkled brightly, a reminder of the vast universe that awaited them. "I'll never forget this experience," Gleon said softly, their glow reflecting the starlight. "You've all become like family to us." "We feel the same way," Alex replied, his voice thick with emotion. "This isn't goodbye. We'll find ways to stay connected, no matter how far apart we are." The group sat in silence for a moment, soaking in the significance of the night. The bonds they had formed were unique and profound, bridging the gap between different worlds and cultures. The next morning, the school community gathered at the International Spaceport to see the alien students off. The sleek, silver spaceship awaited them, a symbol of their journey and their return to their home planets. Alex and the human students stood by, holding banners and signs with messages of love and friendship. The atmosphere was filled with a mix of joy and sorrow, the inevitability of parting tempered by the hope of future reunions. As the alien students boarded the spaceship, they took one last look at their human friends. Gleon, Valtar, Zygron, Trelia, and Xenon waved, their hearts full of gratitude and affection. "We'll see you again," Alex called out, his voice carrying the promise of enduring friendship. The spaceship's engines roared to life, and with a final burst of light, it ascended into the sky, leaving behind a trail of memories and a legacy of unity. From the windows of the ship, the alien students watched Earth grow smaller, their minds filled with the experiences and friendships they had gained. They had come to Earth as strangers, but they were leaving as ambassadors of goodwill, carrying with them the lessons of courage, understanding, and the unbreakable bonds of friendship. As the stars enveloped their view, they knew that their journey was far from over. They had new stories to tell, new adventures to embark on, and a newfound appreciation for the diverse and wondrous universe they called home. And so the alien students continued their journey, forever connected to the friends they had made on a small blue planet called Earth.